Alright, so what's good? And hold on. I still gotta fucking calm down. I still gotta fucking calm down from all this epic shit that I just read, okay? So, Sean Hins has just given us an update on the future of Red versus Blue. And I have never been more fucking excited in my life. Holy fuck. Alright, we're gonna dissect this shit. We're gonna dissect this whole message right here. Alright, let's just go step by step. Good afternoon. This is by Sean Hins. He works somewhere on the RVB team, but yeah, we're just gonna go through this. I'm beyond excited. I just want to get my thoughts out. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy almost anniversary. Hard to believe it, but already 6 months have gone by since our last update on the roadmap for Red versus Blue. Sorry, I have a cold. On the roadmap for Red versus Blue, and a lot has happened since then. In that time span, we released all 11 episodes of Family Shatters, which, to be fair, I actually enjoyed Family Shatters. It wasn't peak RVB, but I did enjoy it, and I was ready to give Shatter Squad a second chance in season 19. But I am just I'm just flabbergasted. Finished the complete run of the first 17 seasons and began to lay the groundwork for the larger RVB universe. Along the way, we've been working to better understand the bond we have with our audience. This letter is an attempt to add clarity to the last 2 years of production and introduce a roadmap for the next 2 years. So let's clear the air and start right off with Red vs. Blue Zero. Zero was an incredibly ambitious production, pushing the furthest away from the machinima looks in season 14, while also building a show in an experimental pipeline. With the Shizno trilogy receiving mixed reviews, we saw an opportunity to do something different. Create something RVB adjacent that on the surface would feature similar tenets of the brand, like the iconic Halo armor, found family dynamics, and nods to the previous seasons, then wrap it in a new aesthetic with comedic elements and big action set pieces. We knew it would be difficult, and then and then surprise, we were also suddenly navigating a pandemic. Regardless, we absolutely tried to make the best of a challenging set of circumstances, and I know for a fact the team put their whole hearts into the season. And yes, this is my first thing that I will speak on. Even though I have expressed that I do not like season 18 for a lot of personal reasons, or just reasons in general, I have to give it to the animation team. They did an absolute fucking awesome job. And even the writers, like Torian Crawford, Noel Wiggins, who else worked on this season? Even the writers, who I fundamentally disagreed with almost all of your writing choices, aside from the West-East dynamic. I respect you for putting something out. Now, Torian got into some drama and whatever, but I'm not going to speak on that. I'm just going to say I respect what you guys have done in its own right, even though I didn't actually like it, okay? But let's just go into the next part of this article, alright? Rooster Teeth is about the art of storytelling and giving opportunities to emerging voices. Sometimes those stories resonate with our audience and something truly magical can happen. RVB is evidence of this, with over 19 years featuring different creatives, different concepts, and each with their own story to tell. Some have been embraced more than others, but the spirit of creating something that can become part of a larger, more collaborative creative process is a hallmark of RT. Our story has been shaped by our fans, including some who came to work at RT and ultimately contributed to the RVB franchise itself. We are proud of the fact that through its evolution, people are, are still passionate about Red versus Blue after all this time. Alright, so yeah, like I said, RVB is amazing. We don't really need to dissect that part of the article, but let's just go into the exciting shit, alright? With all that said, it's important to note up front that we will not be immediately going into production on a full season. Now that was unexpected, because we were supposed to get a season 19 this year, but it doesn't sound like we will. But I'm still beyond excited, especially because of what they're gonna say right now. Red vs. Blue will continue, but we will also need some time to reimagine the future of the show. for a number of reasons. We're moving on from the Zero storyline, and I can't fucking take this shit. And into a new storytelling phase of RVB. Although we're saying goodbye to the Shatter Squad for now, the team loved creating and working in that space, and we are proud of the work we did. Now, I'm going to speak on this. I am glad that they're moving on from Zero, okay? I want them to do new things and more that we'll talk about later. But I will say that I won't be mad if we see Shatter Squad return eventually, alright? I won't be mad if they can get them on their feet. But I am still so excited that we're going to be doing something else aside from Shatter Squad. No offense to that team, obviously, but I'm so excited we're moving on from Zero. But let's just go into the second half of this shit. And this is where it gets fucking wild, y'all. Over the next 3 months, we will begin to deliver weekly content to both our animation YouTube channel and Rooster Teeth in 2 ways. Firstly, as you may have heard, there's a new Halo show on Paramount Plus, and we're fortunate enough to have the opportunities to support the release by getting some of the legacy Blood Gulch crew back together for a comedic recap of Master Chief's Last Adventure. Now, if you've been keeping up with Twitter, you would know that Matt Holm, who plays Sarge and Doc, Jeff Ramsey, who plays Griff, and Gus Sorolla, who plays Simmons, they all tweeted that they're coming back, like Red Team's coming back to talk about Master Chief's latest adventure. So we knew about that, but I'm looking forward to that. But I'm saying, like, we knew about that. But after this shit, this is where it gets crazy. Secondly, by continuing the art of preserving the series with complete versions of our miniseries, starting with Out of Mind. Alright, that's cool, you know. Not really big, but we'll also be continuing to address captions and issues we have found. Like I said, I have a cold, I'm sorry. And to continue to address captions and issues we have found in existing completes, like Season 15. So yeah, that's great, we're getting more completes. But, okay, this is where it actually gets huge. What will follow that is 18 months worth of what we hope will be weekly content. Some of it live action, some of it machinimated, but all in the spirit of RVB. We have a Halo Infinite style piece of short form RVB content that we hope to reveal this year. Later in the year, we'd like to tell a short story expanding on some of the legacy content plot threads that are hanging out there. That shit's just crazy. We're gonna get OG RVB back, guys. We thought it was impossible, but we're gonna get it back. We will also continue to be a good partner to Microsoft and find more ways to support Halo Infinite and engage with our audience on their platform as well. Finally, we're planning to create nostalgic content leading up to the 20th anniversary of the show 1 year from now, which is crazy to imagine, 20 years of RVB. But yes, nostalgic content with the OGs, and even just fresh new things, that's amazing. If you made it all the way to the end of the layer, thank you for supporting us. As someone who has enjoyed Rivers Blue, yeah, that was pretty much the end of the article, but they just said, you know, we look forward to, yeah, that was the end of all the announcements, but, like, that's crazy, guys. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Well, I'm sure you do, but 18 months of weekly content, that's what? Like, 80 weeks-ish of new content weekly, and with the old RVB gang, and it doesn't even have to be the old RVB gang, as long as it's just RVB content, man. Like, oh my god. And I wish I could see the reaction to all of this, but unfortunately Twitter is not cooperating right now. But I need to specify that I am so excited for the future. Like, this is just crazy to me. Like, I had a shit day today, but coming home to this, man, like, holy fuck. This is just insane. Rooster Teeth, you did it. You surpassed my expectations. I was, you know what I was expecting? Because Sean Hins did say we'd have info on what was coming. I was just, expecting, like, maybe just, like, a little tease for Season 19, what Shadow Squad was going to be up to, I was just expecting that, because they said that they were going to go back to something more in line to the RVB brand, but we were told it was going to be with Shadow Squad, but they must have saw the reviews and decided to change it. So, I am just so excited for the future of Red vs. Blue. Once again, no offense to the Zero crew. I know they were passionate about what they did, but I'm just so excited to see what else we have in store. Holy fuck.